just have that conversation, because if you are who they thought you were when they decided to partner, money isn't the only thing. Just like a real relationship, right? It's like money isn't the only driver in why you want to be with your spouse, right? So it's like, if you can be transparent, at least give them the opportunity to make an educated decision. Because what you can't do is get into it, and now now you're leading them blind, and them thinking like, oh, your shit is together financially, and it's not. And then now y'all have this weird energy, and they don't know what it is because you're not being honest, right? And that's one thing. Like I told my wife, I was like, look, I was like, we have to be real and we have to be honest with each other, because what I'm not gonna do is be in arguments and I don't understand the context. Like this, like your response isn't even warranted off of what happened, because what you're doing is rooted in something that you didn't tell me about, right? And it's the same thing in business. Like, yo, bro, why you blow? Oh, nah, bro, it was really about this, and I've been meaning to tell you for weeks. I need to know up front. So making sure that from a financial perspective, right, y'all are clear on where you are and what that looks like, and give that partner or partners the right and the opportunity to determine if that's okay for them.
Yeah, and I think a way that you circumvent that is what we did, right? Like when we came together, because Melon and Money was your idea.
Yeah.
Right? It's been in your mind for 5+ years. And you came to me like, bro, I really think with your help, we can really blow this thing up together. That ain't the only thing you came with. You said, with your help, plus this financial contribution of this amount of money, because I had to have skin in the game. Right. And so like, I think that if somebody if you're gonna do a partnership with somebody, put some money together and put it in the business account, and like give yourself some buffer money. Right. So the business don't make money for 5 months. Y'all still pulling the money from the buffer money. Not, hey, bro, we gotta put another 5,000 in. Bro, hey, did you put that? Where's that Zelle, bro? You talk about the Zelle ain't go through, bro. We need to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have time for that. So we put in a substantial amount of money into the account up front, saying that if all goes fails, this will go to zero, and guess what? We gotta put more money in, right? So that gave us the buffer that we needed, and we have had to put more into it. That's like the great.
Yep. So I'll be transparent about something that you don't even know. We have.
Yeah. Well,
but
okay.
But the reason why I didn't say anything about it wasn't much. But the reason why I didn't say anything about actually until I take that back. I did tell you when we re-signed the paperwork.
Yeah.
But I never brought it up before then, because I was like, number one, I'm so gung-ho in knowing that this is going to work. I'm not tripping off that little money, first and foremost, right? But secondly, it's almost like I didn't necessarily need the money that you were willing to invest, but the fact that you were willing to invest in the first place, like that gave me all the belief in the partnership anyway. So I'm not even tripping off that, right? But yeah, like that's what we did up front. And I think that mitigated a lot of issues.
A lot of issues. Because it would have been even like, it would have been an issue, but it would have irritated. Hey, bro, we need another 5. We need another 2. Like, we need another 3. Like, just put it in the account, bro. Don't talk to me about it.
And if you can't, maybe like, is this the right time?
Yeah.
Right. This is a big one, at least for me. And maybe it's like entrepreneurial trauma.
And before we go into that, after you make money together, keep a large portion of the money in the account.
Right.
So that you don't be taking draws too early. Like, we just did a big launch, and we took our separate, but most of it's in the business, because we know it's going to take some reinvesting to get to the next level.
Big facts, right? Because the business it has a tax ID number for a reason. It's a living, breathing, separate thing, right? And if you take, like, here's how I look at it. I glazed over at the team meeting. We planned out our whole year last week, right? And I recently glazed over. I don't know if you caught this, but I try to do it for them more so than for us. I was just doing some general research because I know where our company is going. And I was like, okay, what do the typical CEOs or founders, right, of a $10 million company make? Oh, it's a low 6-figure salary. What do the CEOs of a company valued at $1 billion make? And it was just over like 1.1 million, right? So I was like, where's all the money going? The money's going into reinvesting to continue to grow that machine. That's your biggest asset. As we know, wealth is made through concentration, it's preserved through diversification, right? Yep. Once you make that exit or whatever you decide to do, that's when it's like, okay, boom, put money here, put money here. But in the beginning, it's like, we got to get this thing going. Check how much money Apple has on their balance sheet, right? How much Warren Buffett keeps on his balance sheet. So that's very important. But another one, I think this is probably a really big one, that I think for me at least, because I'll call it entrepreneurial trauma, or just like being so used to just doing stuff. Proper delineation and clarity around what it takes to do certain aspects of the business, right? 'Cause we have a great partnership in the sense that you are world-class at something that you love to do. I'm world-class, something that I enjoy doing. But it doesn't mean because we love to do it that it is not real work behind the scenes, right? And I think in the beginning of our partnership, I felt some sense of obligation, almost like the reciprocity thing, like, damn, like, he invested in my dream. Like, I gotta pick up the mantle and get all this stuff done and make it happen because like at the end of the day, I'm responsible for making sure that everything that I told my team and my co-founder is gonna happen, right? I feel that sense of obligation. And so sometimes I end up just like doing so much stuff in the name of like, this is what it takes to build it. And I don't always invite you into those realities. Not because I necessarily need you to do something, but so that you might say, hey, well, bro, like, do we need to have a VA do this, or do we need to hire somebody else to help you out, or like temporarily? And it's sometimes what it can create is like, yo, does he know that I'm like doing all this stuff to make this happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not intentional, you know what I'm saying? But like, if that's not articulated, that's where that energy could be like, yo, I can't believe I'm doing all this, and he's having a good old time, and blah, blah, blah.
It's like, you know, I don't know if this is the greatest analogy, but like, if you're the breadwinner.
That's actually a perfect analogy.
Yeah, for the house, and your spouse doesn't really know how hard you work or how much money it takes to feed the household. And she's taking the card and going wilding out and shop. It's like, yeah, baby, good, but like, let me show you how much I have to work for this money that we have to have. And we have the kids retired, we have the kids savings, and like, look at all the money's going. And you think that because I'm a millionaire, that means that we can just go wild out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's important to show, not that I need you to do anything, but I just think it's better that you know.
It's almost like that show Spouse Swap, right? It's like just so you could literally put the person in the other shoes, right? Because like when you're good at something, it looks easy from outside looking in, right? So it's like, right, I know that just when we have these big launches in these campaigns, I know it's not easy, but you're really good at it, so it can look easy, right? Like Carter, like he can do the marketing thing. I'll just show up for the challenge or whatever, right? Or vice versa. Like George loves these events. This is, you know, and I just, but on both sides, right? There's a lot of work, right? So just being clear about that, so we know where, how, and when to support, and having that awareness where like, yo, my dog is like going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. When I went to Jamaica, I was like, this is our event?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
but isn't it, this is one key for business partnership, right? Like complementary partnerships, right? Because it's like,
ours, I don't know if we got lucky or whatever, bro, but like it is, like you love to do the stuff that I just would not care to do.